Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and a very warm welcome to USA Global TV and Radio for the Film and Music Show. My name is Dr. Madelenechan and I'm going to be with you as well as a very special guest, which I will announce later, for the Film and Music Show. And today is actually a celebration day. Yay! It is the 50th episode of the Film and Music Show. So a big thank you to all of you who've been supporting the Film and Music Show on USA Global TV and Radio on our Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, of course. So before we bring our guest today, I would like to share with you the staggering state that we're in, the target that we've reached already. Can you believe it? Yes. USA Global TV and Radio YouTube channel has now at 45,886. That means in the last 28 days, we as a collective have risen 6,155. Isn't that amazing? Staggering, absolutely staggering. And of course, we have Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, which is her personal YouTube channel, and she is growing beyond growing. Today, we have 21,437 subscribers. That means that in the last 28 days, listen, drum roll, yep, 10,028 new subscribers in the last 28 days. Remember, everyone, please do support us and subscribe, because we are going to grow the mothership USA Global TV and Radio. Why? Because we bring hope and education. We have a platform to help you promote your brand, your awareness, your life story, and education as well. I said education already, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's breathe. 50th episode today. We welcome the very exceptional, talented. She's a model, actress, a singer-songwriter, a journalist. She has an MBA in fashion. She's graced the covers of Vogue, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and also she has attended the Cannes Film Festival. She's known as the global muse of fashion, and her siren is her song. So today we welcome the beautiful, talented, exceptional, intelligent Valerie Kinley.
Hello, thank you so much for having me on here.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi, how are you?
Very, very well. And Valerie, can you tell our viewers where you are broadcasting live from, and also a little bit about yourself in a couple of minutes?
Yes, I'm sorry, and I misheard. You said first tell you where did I come from?
Yeah, where you're broadcasting from.
Oh yes, okay. So I'm currently located in the south of France, but I've been living in Paris the last couple of years.
Fantastic. And Valerie, you've got a phenomenal accreditation in every way, from being a model to actually having the MBA in fashion as well. Can you tell our viewers, USA Global TV and Radio, can you tell our viewers what inspired you to go into modeling?
Oh gosh, I feel like it was like this call from God. I started in Arizona where there's nothing there. I grew up hiking, camping, and all that, but I've always been the girly girl at the same time. So it was probably just before COVID, I started to do my acting classes, and I would just get visions of literally just visions or dreams of fashion art. So I started to draw them. So I had a whole portfolio of this stuff. Like it's almost like something hit a chord in me where it was like I released a lot of, I don't know if it was like weight. I had went through a long breakup. And so I feel like after that, like something clicked and I just started having dreams of music. I would wake up and write down my music. And then I would start to have these fashion art visions. And I said, okay, let me start drawing fashion, because I've always, had a niche for like classy looks. And that was kind of what I was seeing. So I started to create my own fashion and then write my own music. And it all came together, and I felt the call to do my acting classes. So I did that. And just before COVID in 2020, I got my first movie. And it's like almost like everything was aligning. And I had already visited Paris before a few times. And then I could see, like, I kept getting different signs like, okay, that's your next step. So
that's amazing. The fact that you come from Arizona, in the desert, and you had the visualization.
Yes.
Yeah. What magazines did you follow at the time? What inspired you as far as magazines and the models you looked up to?
Oh gosh, like I've always watched, this is going to sound maybe bad, because I think they got a lot of, they got hit down like a couple of years ago, but Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, I was always watching Victoria's Secret Fashion Show and like, oh, I want to be on this show, or America's Next Top Model. And like, I never had the guts to do it. I was always like in school and working and just like not taking the risk, So watching Tyra Banks. And then when I was watching, the Victoria's Secret runway, I was always obsessed with Adriana Lima. So it's like, she's so beautiful. So I think for me, I've always had that in my heart, but I didn't really have the blocks or structure around me. I didn't know which way to go. So it was just, starting, picking up the pencil, writing and doing the classes and putting myself out there that, allowed me to flow into it.
That's so inspirational. And the fact, Valerie, so what brought you to Paris? Did you say, sorry if I misheard, was it a film? You were cast in a film, and what film was that?
Yeah, actually, I started to apply for agencies because I had a friend who told me, "Oh, you should, just start applying for agencies in Paris," because I had visited there once. It's a beautiful city, and I wanted to do fashion at the same time. So I applied for agencies, and I got approved or assigned to one. And so I took 3 months to go take a risk and see, because they sent me a casting to take a risk and be there to do castings. But the first week I was there, a photographer, I posted, a picture out in Paris, and a photographer from Paris, because I tagged, Paris model, and invited me to a fashion show right away. It was like the next day. And I was like, okay, why not? And so I did this fashion show. I forget which hotel. It was a beautiful hotel. Of course, all of them are beautiful. And you know what? When I was doing the show, a director came to me and asked, if I would want to film a movie, if I had any experience. And I said, yeah, I just actually got my certificate for acting, and I did my first movie already. So I didn't really have to do much for the casting. I just kind of went there, and he gave me it off the bat, just because he saw me walk and my energy, is what he said. So.
And that's a beautiful story. And Valerie, would you say that your visualization and your vision boards of your drawings and what you were feeling and your passion you wanted to do you feel that played a big part in manifesting?
It absolutely did. And I never was a real big believer in that. But when I started having the dreams and waking up in the middle of the night to write the music down, and then I would get the beat in my head, and I'd start drawing, when everything started to come together, I realized it was the more I would focus on the music or the fashion or the direction I wanted to go, doors would open. So when I started putting it together, I realized it's really is a part of manifesting. And I feel like it was God teaching me that in a different way. I would have never just been I'm manifesting, but if I didn't take those steps and continue to focus, it never would have happened. But it did feel like magic, because I'm like, how is this happening? But it's just I think when you do the work and you're aligned and you write it down, you focus on it, it just kind of the universe, God works together to make things happen. So definitely.
And the fact that you've been in the modeling world, and for it to be known to be very competitive, how do you rise above that?
Oh goodness, yes, it's very competitive. I had no idea. I was a bit naive as well, because I just watched on TV. It looks, beautiful, and everyone's smiling, or it just, I didn't think about it. But when I got there, I had God. That's all I'm gonna say, because I just focused on myself. How I got through it was, I didn't, I made friends, but I knew how to kind of, not. It's you have to know when to stop, how far to go, because people will definitely try to shape you to be a certain way, and or invite you to certain things. And I think if you know yourself well enough and you don't get lost in trying to prove yourself, you won't get taken advantage, or it won't hurt you as much when a girl is insulting you, because you're confident anyways. But I definitely found it very hard to make friends. It was very hard. And I would have, friends, and then find out that they were messaging, companies or CEOs that I was doing shows with or stuff, trying to, go behind my back. And it was definitely, it's been definitely difficult. It is real. But for me, I think staying genuine just helped,
Yeah, it's known a very simple phrase, a catty world, a very
yes.
a very survival.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So Valerie, before we go on to about your journey about being a singer-songwriter, just a little bit more on the modeling. So because you have your morals in place, and you're very, very pure-hearted and very kind-hearted. Has there been any situation or event, well, you don't have to say the event, but any situation in your life, in the modeling world, where you have felt some type of danger and you were able to detect that danger and change it, shift the energy?
Yes, there has been danger where I had a roommate that was a model, and she was getting aggressive. I won't say her name, but I found out she had been like, 'cause she would go to parties, do coke. I don't do drugs. And she would get aggressive towards me, but for no reason. But it was just because of the jealousy and her, doing substance. So I had to instantly like leave right away the apartment. So I've had it where I've been approached by CEOs. I feel like they love to test you, to take advantage of you, where the point where I don't work with them anymore. But I did learn valuable lessons, and actually the work that I did do by keeping, my morals, it's benefited me enough. It's like, I think if you start to be approached by people like this, like, you don't want to work with them anyways, because it's only going to lead you to like a dead end, or, I think they end up having a reputation. So people see that. So I think it's good to get, do the work, get what's offered to you. But if it starts to turn and you can't work with them anymore unless you're, sleeping with them or dating them, it's not worth it, because, you're going to ruin your own reputation as well. But I have had that where I don't work with some people anymore, or even a fashion show where, some of the CEOs, they say inappropriate things where I just stop working, and I just don't communicate with them anymore. And I know people still work with them.
It's fabulous. You're a real role model, Valerie, in that kind of world, because would you say it's still a male orientated industry?
It really is.
Changing?
No, it's really like, I feel like it needs to change. I think I noticed this year in general, like mostly I can see like the US and Hollywood, a lot of things are being exposed. And I think that it needs to come to Europe a bit, because I can see that there's a little bit of, it's not as exposed here because everything in Hollywood is under the light, but there's a lot of that here. And I think that it needs to be, and I think they've shifted over there, but I think that here maybe it's it needs to be brought to light, and women need to be treated like human beings with feelings and value. And I think sometimes when you are an idol, or like, in fashion, or, in entertainment and creative, they want, as a woman, you tend to get taken advantage, because they think, like, I notice, like, if you're really attractive and beautiful, then it does get a little bit more difficult when you have certain talents you want to offer, because they first see, okay, she's great, she's perfect, I can work with her. But then they see, okay, wait a second, like, what can I get from it on a personal level? And that's what I've experienced a lot. I think it does need to be brought to light, because it blocks us from getting opportunity that should be given to the right people. I noticed some girls, they don't have that kind of problem, but I think it really is a lot of the times the really talented and beautiful that get thrown out because they decide, they don't want to, because they want to take advantage of them. So I have some friends with the similar stories. So.
That's phenomenal. Pearls of wisdom. Valerie, honestly, with your experience and the morals and what you see, and you have true discernment, you'd be great doing some advising young people, because you know how they attach to fashion and about certain things that are more about trends rather than from their heart. You'd be amazing for that. You'd be a real role model for that. And maybe, just maybe, you've been thrown into this world to show, yes, you can be part of that world, but still retain your morals. So
Yeah.
honestly, congratulations to that, Valerie. You are just going to grow and prosper and just evolve. Just
Thank
one
you.
more thing about the modeling, because it's fascinating, and there's a lot of girls out there that want to be models and everything. Now that you've shown the, not the downside, but how they've got to be careful and be wary of, so it's not all glamorous. How about the glamour side, the perks, where
Oh,
you get to go?
Oh, it's so fun. Like, I feel like when you get hit with the dark side of it, like you can quickly, like, if you just be patient and, you can quickly roll out of it because of the joy that you experience. There's so many good sides to it. Like, the fashion shows I've been able to do in Paris. Oh my gosh. And like, what was, there's so many hotels, the Ritz Hotel, another hotel around Concord, La Marie, I think it's by Hotel Kiron. But like these hotels are glamorous. There's gold all over, and then you get to meet and network with. Sometimes you meet celebrities, like A-listers from the U.S. just because like they're at your show. You get to go to the dinner parties like Dolce and Gabbana, which that's where I saw Kim Kardashian, was really exciting. And the first time I got to know Tyla, that was last year. Nobody knew who she was yet. So I met her also at the dinner, but that was in Milan. So I get to go to Milan Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. I did some shows in Greece as well, at Acropolis and Athens, and then Ibiza, Saint-Tropez. I love the shows. Some models might say, oh, I just want to do the photo shoots, like commercial work and go. But I really love being like wearing the gowns, being in the show, and then after, networking, having some champagne, and then doing like dinners. For me, I love it because I love to look nice, dress up, and meet people. And so I think it's a better use for who I am. So.
I love it. I love it. And when you speak of it, you just speak of so much passion and love and enthusiasm. We're going to look at now some photos, some cover photos, and some exclusive photos as well of your modeling. So
Okay.
Dr. Jacqueline, the producer, is going to bring them through. There we go. Goodness me, you look like a Bond model there. James Bond.
I pretend. I like to pretend.
So can you explain as we scroll through when we go?
Oh yes, I shot this for Elle end of last year. It was freezing. It was like November. So I really was like, it was like a Bond movie because I was like, I'm trying not to like die. It's so cool. I was really serious. I was like, can you take the picture?
Ultra glamorous. And as we scroll further down, you've got these beautiful gowns on. I think we're going further down. A little bit about publications. Here we go. Phenomenal. Look at those dresses. Can you explain about the photos?
Yes, I love this. So this as well, it was throughout the same campaign in November. So we did it throughout the whole month, like each weekend we'd go and then shoot. And this is like, I love the middle photo. I think that's Alina Irzak. That's the designer. And she does these glamorous dresses, but I love the dresses because they are glamorous, but also like they're really great for like, showing off women's curves because they're fit, like sexy and classy. I like that. And this one in the middle was at like, what is the hotel called? A beautiful hotel. And I wish I could show you the fun we had because even the doormen were like posing with me in their cute uniforms. So that one was fun. The photographer was the creative director as well. So he wanted to get it like the classic like Audrey Hepburn back in the day, like, I'm gonna wear this gown. Like back in the day they would dress very, very well, and that was how they would walk around the streets. And so me being in the streets and around just Paris kind of brings it back to life.
So is this American in the States, L, or Paris?
So this
L.
is Paris.
Beautiful. I love the picture where you're actually a traffic stopper. You're stopping the traffic.
Yes, I was. It was great. People were honking. I was like, just don't hit me.
Goodness. And on the left side, when you've got, it looks like glittery with a bodice. The bodice has got embroidery. It's beautiful. Whereabouts was that filmed? Is that in Paris as well?
Yes, these were all in Paris. So same campaign, took the whole month. So this one is in front of, oh gosh, where is the Concorde? In front of Hotel Crillon, the Concorde. So it's one of the most beautiful hotels there in Paris. So the background.
Of all your modeling assignments, what is the most, I would say, enjoyable photo shoot that included a little bit more fun, not just being fitted and in an accentuated dress, but more about the fun factor?
Oh gosh, it's hard to say because I've had so many fun shoots, but there's one that I really enjoyed, and it was for the skincare line Lily Margot. I don't even think I have it on this on my website. Maybe we should add it. But their line was so fun because we got to play with in the studio. They had, I guess, like pools of water and different accessories and just bubbles, and there was music going on, so we've got to play with like the bubbles, put the skincare on, and then splash ourselves, with the water, and then we did like a little dance in front of the cameras for the commercial. I think that was the most fun because everyone had such good energy, and everyone was very positive, and they were well organized in the makeup studio and everything. So that was one of my most fun. And then I did an underwater shoot as well before, which was very fun. And it's not on here, but I will have to add them.
Do these photo shoots, how long is the photo shoot booked? How long is it booked for?
Oh, so the photo shoots, I would say, it just depends. It depends on how many other models are also there shooting with you, and the makeup artist, the accessory. It's just and where are we gonna shoot in the studio, or are we gonna be in the studio and then go shoot it outdoors or somewhere else? So it could take the whole day. Sometimes it could take 8 hours, but I think on average, it's taking maybe 4 hours, I think. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing. You really are a role model, and we'll definitely have to invite you back for the modeling on this show and another show, because Dr. Jacqueline has many more on USA Global TV and radio. Who knows? You might even become a host yourself, hosting your own fashion show. That would be fabulous, actually. A real advisor to the younger generation. But now what I'd like to go on about is about your journey as a singer-songwriter and a singer, and who you've duetted with, and what exciting things have you got in the future for it?
Yeah, so, oh my gosh, that was one of the little miracles as well, because I was just following the path. And, when I was invited to this fashion show in Paris, this was in 2022, I believe. So I was still beginning, and it was so amazing because when practice, this guy Jared from American Idol, Jared Hanrahan, he's from American Idol. He didn't win, but he made it at when he was one of the top contestants. So he happened to be performing there, and it was like something in me wanted to go up to him because I loved the songs he was singing. It was like songs that I loved to listen to growing up. And so because it's like pop music, but like the Fray, but not, not so aggressive, just melodies. So I love melodies. And so I was like, wow, he's good. And so we started talking, and I told him I sang my music. I wrote music too. And then I sang it to him. It's like, I don't know, out of nowhere, I just was so confident. I started singing, and he's like, oh, those are really good lyrics. So he decided, maybe we should practice, and maybe he can fly me out, and we can produce them together. So that's exactly what he did. We practiced in Paris before he left, and then they flew me to Boston to produce and film my first music videos. And I was a little bit nervous at first, so I asked him to sing my songs with me just for fun, because he's so good. So why not? So I finally we're able to produce 2 of the songs that I love.
That's and so. Did you say that he's part of The Voice or something? He was part of The Voice?
It was from American Idol.
American Idol. Yeah, American Idol. That's so you were there at the right time. You know what they say in this industry? You got to be there at the right time and speak up at the right time too. And
oh my God. Yeah, it's all about being at the right place at the right time. And that's it. Opportunities come. It's just show up. You just got to show up.
Oh, that's phenomenal. And also, you're going to be writing with our sponsor, Audi K, who is an international songwriter. We're going to be doing some collaborations. So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
And you're coming over to live to London. You're coming over to visit London for quite a while. Yeah.
That's for quite some time.
It's great news. That's absolutely. So Valerie, we hear that also you have been doing some charity work, and especially a beautiful lady who I wouldn't have met you if it weren't for the lovely Lady Kendall Jagger.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. She is a lady. In fact, I'm always trying to get her onto the show, both me and Dr. Jacqueline, and one day it will happen. She's just so busy doing her work, saving children.
Yes, exactly. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have met you guys and a lot of people, or been a part of a lot of charities. And she's very outspoken and just like moves quickly, just like what you need to have to make things happen.
And if you were going to be part of a charity or an ambassador, what area would you choose?
Gosh. So I just feel like there's so many, I just recently attended one in Paris, and it was a charity for mental health. And they came up with a program to help people that had, trouble with even suicide in the past. I've lost a friend to suicide, actually a best friend, in 2020. So that really hits me because I also lost my brother. And so I think when it comes to mental health, I love to, volunteer and help out in ways that I can with those type of charities to get people directed to the right place. But actually the last charity before that, and a big deal for me as well, like is cancer, because I know cancer has been, it's just like, it's like a weed, spreading like a weed, and everyone I know is dealing with cancer. A really close friend of mine, Gina, has cancer, but it's just like, it's definitely something that obviously has been going on for a long time, and it's getting worse. It feels like it's getting worse, and at this point, I've seen people deal with it in different ways, and it's just like, it's hard to see. So I think that if we can help with kids and people in general dealing with these sorts of issues, whether because cancer is causing a lot of also mental health problems, because a girl I know, it really destroyed her life mentally. So so anything, I just think because I've kind of gone through a lot, seen a lot of people have, I can feel good about going there, sharing my story, and seeing what can I do. So I think that the top 2 would be for mental health, and definitely cancer.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You're a pioneer. You really are a pioneer. You're a mover and shaker. I always say mover and shaker to the collective. You're here to. Do you like the word unity or separation?
Oh gosh, unity, of course.
I've just thrown that out at you. That's all. I've started to do that at random to people. It's almost like we get into conversation, engaging in conversation, and then I throw something like that, and it's something that you don't even think about it. It's just within you anyway. And unity, of course. That was it. That was it. And that's exactly your energy, unity.
Yeah.
But uniqueness. You truly do show your authenticity. You really. And Valerie, before we close out, is there anything that you would like our viewers to take away from this conversation on Film and Music Show?
Yes, I just think like it's really important to just focus on what your heart, your you know, what your intuition, should I say, is telling you about, you know, the direction you should take in your life, and no one else, because people consistently put on you exactly their trauma, what they've gone through, and it really will stop you. Because I've had moments where I've dealt with this, well, many times, pursuing my passion, but it's not just for you, because when you decide to go towards your true life purpose and follow, like, you know, where you feel, you know, most passionate about, you're actually helping other people along the way. I've had friends that I've really pushed also in their direction because they've saw what I was doing, and I was able to inspire them to just do it, you know. So I think you just listen to yourself and not other people, you know. It's really important.
That's profound wisdom.
Yeah.
Real profound, and definitely in the way that you are certainly humanitarian. So not only are you a goddess at heart with beauty, brains, as they say, but a very highly evolved, compassionate heart and soul.
Thank you.
That is so rare, Valerie. Can't wait to hear your music, your songs, your lyric, melody, and verse, and see you on the screen with films. What film was it that you were in, so that we could?
Oh, yes. So I've done 3 films. I've been trying to balance my schedule. I would love to do more. I just really need to, if I'm going to do more, change my focus there a little bit more. So I've done the with MSR Productions, one called Black Noise. I had a small part in there, but my first film was called For Nix. It was a comedy in Arizona, in Phoenix. That was my first one, a small film. And so that was, but the third one was the one I really enjoyed the most. I got to film this one in France, in it was some small town in France, but it's like a Bollywood submitted film, and it's called Plimbiki. And I died. Sorry, the cat. There's a cat. I died in the film. The moment I died, the cat. So yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I think there's like another cat attacking my cat. But yes, that's so weird. But yeah, it was so fun. So I was in the last film. I was in a house full of strangers, and every single one of them was amazing. So we had some funny bloopers from that film.
Fantastic. That's phenomenal. And I just want to say now, before we go, Valerie, can you say how our viewers can reach and contact you?
Yes, for sure. If you would like, you can go to my Instagram. It's Valerie.Kinley. I have links on there as well where you can see my music. And then there is a link to my website, which is down below. It's my press book, but you can contact me at the very bottom. I have also information. You can send me an email, but yeah, feel free. You can DM me. So everything is on my Instagram in the links.
Fantastic. And thank you so much, Valerie Kinley. We'll see you next time. Do come back on the show. Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madalene. Appreciate it. It was so fun.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. Actress, model, singer, songwriter, Valerie Kinley. Please do follow her. Please do reach out to her. She has a lot of pearls of wisdom. So I would like to close out now. Thank you to Audi K, our sponsor. Thank you to the producer and Chief of Operations, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Thank you, viewers, for supporting Film and Music Show. This is our 50th episode. And now I leave you with our sponsors, and I'll see you next week on the Film and Music Show. Bye-bye, everyone.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents our partner and sponsor, Mr. Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. Building confidence, changing lives. And now, proudly presenting the Polished Professional.
On a transformative journey with the British School of Excellence's comprehensive suite of masterclasses, crafted to elevate your professional and personal life. 8 outstanding modules will elevate you to the next level. Module 1, Exploring Life's Purpose, delves into the depths of self-discovery, guiding you to chart your unique path to fulfillment and success. Module 2, Mastering Professional Presence and Confidence. This masterclass is a deep dive into the art of self-assurance and commanding presence, which is essential for standing out in today's competitive landscape. Module 3, Learn the secrets of visual impact, how to curate a personal style that amplifies your professional brand. Module 4, Mastering Professional Etiquette and Communication Excellence, navigating the nuances of corporate interaction with grace and tact. Module 5, Elegance in Eloquence. We impart powerful techniques to captivate and persuade any audience with your oratory skills. Module 6, Unlock the potential of your emotional intelligence, EQ, and harness the ability to connect, empathize, and lead with emotional savvy. Module 7, Mastering DISC, building a gateway to understanding behavioral styles, fostering better personal and professional relationships. Module 8, Mastery in Dining Etiquette, building your confidence to perfect the subtleties of dining with finesse, enhancing your social savviness at any table. Step into the Polished Professional program where poise, elegance, and excellence aren't just taught, they're instilled for life. Join us to redefine your potential and polish your professional edge.
To learn more, go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. The British School of Excellence are investors in people. Let us invest in you.